Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just a very quick video to show you what my signature looks like immediately before I am ready to stitch it. So I've gone through that process of pushing all the pages together to get a nice tight contact between all the pages down this crease here, and as you can see they are all clipped in place with my clips like so. What I would do now is I would put them in my cover, and as I mentioned before in the last video, I would adjust these clips to clip the cover to my signature, but I haven't done that because I wanted to show you what I've done to the cover. And what I've done is I've chosen 3 images and I have cut them to size, I have inked them, and I have glued them to the back cover. I've also glued down the sides of the pockets, and then I have stitched all the way round my cover. Now, I know I did say to you that I was going to glue on these images after I'd stitched, but actually when it came to it, I decided I wasn't going to bother doing that. I was quite happy to stitch over the top. But if that is an issue for you, then glue your images on your outside of your cover after you've done your stitching. The other thing that I've mentioned previously is stitch the inside first, and that way you can see where you want to stitch in relation to the images that you've put inside your cover. And then once you've gone all the way around here, stitch on the outside, and that way you can follow the original line of stitching that you've just done when you stitched it on the reverse, and you can have a nice clean stitch line if that's what you like. If you're not bothered then and you like the messy stitching, then go ahead and stitch as you like, but I like to have a fairly nice clean line. The other thing I would suggest to you is ink afterwards, and what I like to do is once I've stitched, I will give my cover another coat of Ranger Multi-Matte Medium, just to go over my stitching and seal them. It's not necessary, but it's just something I prefer to do, and then I will ink over the top. The inking adds a definition to any page, so it will do that to your cover, but it is also very forgiving. It blends in your stitches to your cover as well. Don't be tempted to ink your edges with distress ink or distress oxide and then put your Ranger Multi-Matte Medium on the top, because that will act like a liquid and it will smudge your ink or the ink around the edges of your cover. Do the inking last. Okay, so this cover now is all ready for me to stitch in. So what I will do now is I will just position it where I want it to be inside my cover and just adjust my clips one at a time whilst making sure that my signature is pushed tightly into my cover. Like so. And now I will put that on my bookbinding brace, or as somebody has very kindly told me, a signature punching cradle it's officially called. So my bookbinding cradle, I will now put this on my bookbinding cradle, and I will do my 5 holes ready for stitching in my signature. And I do that with a very fine waxed bookbinding linen thread. So that is my next task, and as I said to you, I take out everything that I would normally put in my journal as an inclusion. And whilst my cover is drying from its last coat of Ranger Multi-Matte Medium, then I turn my attention to my tags and I start putting on either my sari silk or my lace. And the lady that is having this particular journal wanted lace, so I've done some little paper clips, and there we go, put some lace on those, and also on my tags. So my tags, etc., are all ready to go back in my journal when my signature is stitched in. Let me apologise for a couple of things. First off, about the light. It's now gone 5 o'clock here in the UK, so it's getting dark. So I've got overhead lights going here, and they are casting a bit of a shadow, I'm afraid. And the other thing is, a lady who watched the last video said that the audio wasn't very good on it. I apologise about that. I'm not quite sure why that would be the case. I haven't altered anything different, or I haven't done anything different with regards to my setup. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the audio is going to be okay on this one. But please, if it isn't, let me know in the comments and I will look into it. Okay, everyone, I'm going to leave you with that now, and I will come back to you when I have stitched my signature into my, my journal. Thanks so much for watching again, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.